Welcome to Purpose Conversations, a podcast where we dive deep into the journeys and the challenges and the triumphs of women who have turned their passions and their purpose into powerful, powerful ventures. And today we have a truly, truly inspiring guest on our Empowered Women edition. She's a vibrant voice in the entrepreneurial space, a woman who took a leap of faith, and she is running several businesses. She tapped into her expertise and built a thriving business. She tapped into her expertise and uh, built a thriving event management business, serving men and women from all walks of life. She is a woman of purpose. She's a woman who is running multiple businesses. I always wonder, how is she doing that? Where is she getting the strength? Where is she getting the time to manage all of the businesses that she is having? She is none other but Lady Nomsa Shu Simba. Please join me in welcoming this dynamic entrepreneur, Lady Nomsa. It is very much interesting to see how her life has turned and how she managed to take her purpose and turn it into multiple streams of income. Ask me if that is possible. I tell you, that is very much possible for someone to turn her purpose into multiple ventures. This is what Lady Nomsa has done for herself. This is what Lady Nomsa has done for her purpose driven life. She's living a life of purpose, and I would love for you to join me as I welcome this dynamic entrepreneur, Lady Nomsa. Lady Nomsa, thank you so much today for joining us on this very awesome podcast. Let's start from the beginning, Lady Nomsa. Can you please just tell us about Lady Nomsa? Who is Lady Nomsa?
Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Mabel. I'm so happy, just to be with you on this special podcast. And I'm excited. Yeah. So, who is Lady Nomsa? Lady Nomsa is a mother of three, an entrepreneur, founder and president of a Rising Purpose Women Network, where we help women to rise up against all odds, discover their purpose. And so
Wow.
I'm an entrepreneur, I'm an events manager, planner, decorator, and
Wow.
um, a business that is hiring out venue and other stuff related to events.
Wow, that is powerful. I was just wondering, how are you managing all of these things together, But I also remember that, scripture says we can do all things through Christ who
Through
strengthens
Christ who
us. So,
strengthens us. Yeah,
yeah.
of
So
course.
I want to ask you how you manage, but now, it's like the Holy Spirit saying, why do you ask that kind of a question? Because, we
We
are
can do
doing
all
all of
things.
these things through Christ. Wow. Okay, Lady Nomsa, thank you for telling us a bit about yourself. And, whatever that you have said, it does show that if a person has found their purpose, they can actually thrive. They can manage to do a number of things, because purpose drives us. It
Amen.
inspires us. It motivates
Amen.
us, Yeah. So tell me, what was life like? How was it like before you took a plunge into becoming a businesswoman?
Wow. So
How was it?
life, yeah, like when I start from the beginning, it wasn't all easy. I have experienced failure many times. Like I have
Yeah.
failed many times. And then before I became an entrepreneur, I was more of a corporate person. I was working in an
Mm.
environment. So most of my time and knowledge was built on what I knew was best for me, and that is the corporate world. So I only knew a salary at the end of the month. That was it. Then I thank God for my dear late husband. He introduced me to entrepreneurship. Of course, I used to do business here and there when I was young, but it's just that business for survival where you sell to eat, and then I got married to a man who was a
Mm,
very powerful entrepreneur, and may his soul rest in
mm,
peace. It's from him that I began to learn and to grow. I failed many
right.
times. I did the first business, second business, the third business. It all didn't work out. So I
Yeah.
began from that path.
Wow. When you're talking about failure in business, I'm sure that a lot of people are experiencing that. And when they fail, some people don't try again. But it is important that when you are doing business and it doesn't go well, you try over and over again. I'm also one of those people that failed. I failed 3 times in business. you know
That's like,
and then when I started raining your purples, that's when I was really moving, and I was like, oh, this is it, this is wonderful you know
yeah,
so but we learn from those experiences. We become
exactly.
experts. We begin to know how not to do business, because we fail because we're doing business wrong. So in the process, we learn how not to do business. Those are some of the lessons that I've learned, that, oh, okay, business is not run this way. I should run it this way. And also, you are saying the businesses that you are doing, they were just putting bread on the table. They were not like sustainable, just like, okay, as long
Yeah,
as I can have bread and put bread on the table.
yeah.
Wow. Lady Nomsa,
So
tell us about your journey. Oh, you were saying?
yeah, I was going that path, like my journey to where I am now. Like you're
Yeah.
saying, we do business because the next person is doing this and it's working out. Sometimes some
Yeah.
people get to business because they feel somebody else had succeeded, and they are like, I can succeed.
Mm,
But I have come
mm,
to and understand that business is not about how your friend is making it. It's not about how
right.
successful you have become. Business is
Correct.
about getting to find a problem, and provide a solution. So there must be a problem
Absolutely.
that you find, and then be the solution
Mm,
that that problem needs. And then again, you can find a problem, but you may not have the best solution for it. So I feel
right.
business is also attached to purpose, because when you find your niche, that which you're
Mm,
so good at, you even be you
mm,
able to execute solutions in a very proper
right.
way. So I discovered that every business that I had begun earlier on was not really, solving the problem that it needed to solve. Yes, I started the food business because
Mm,
people are always hungry, people always want to eat.
mm,
But did I have the necessary, tools for me to be able to succeed in that business? Not at all. Did I have the knowledge? Not at all. Was I really ready for that business? No. And that was my first business, because my husband had the idea. So the idea did not come from me. It was from my husband. So he was the brain behind the food business.
mm,
So, whereby everything is given to
mm,
you. This man gave me the location, the building. He gave me the money, everything. It's like I was just being pressed on a remote control. So the only thing that I put in that business was myself. And so I didn't really put in the value that the business required from me. I also did not really do much research. I didn't do much research. And so I discovered that I got tired along the way. I got tired. It didn't
mm,
make sense. I
mm,
didn't have the time. So I ended up closing the business. you know I closed down, and then there was no
mm,
discipline. discipline again because I had not known how to manage my finances, personal money, business money, take out the profits and all that. So everything, as long as it came in the business, was my money. So
Yeah.
you find that at the end of the you find that at the end of the month you have nothing to account for. So I had
Right.
to close down that business. Then I tried the second business. Of course, you should note that even the second business was not my mind. Like, it was just my husband, who was really a
Mm.
powerful entrepreneur. And so he was really trying to push me out of the corporate space so that I can be independent and do something of my own. So the next business was like, since you are good at, computers and stuff, maybe a business center can work out, So we went for
Mm.
a center, put in every equipment that we needed. But again, I failed that business. I failed, like, because the money used to come in bits, and I really didn't like that. I was not encouraged. I was not motivated. You need
Mm.
a lot of patience. Some businesses, you need a lot of patience. You need a lot of discipline, consistency, commitment, and I
Mm.
was 0% at that. So
Mm.
just died a natural death. Yeah, so
You are not
it's
a
at that point.
person.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
at that point, you know, going through these failures, I felt I wasn't good enough. I wasn't born an entrepreneur. I thought, yeah, I took a wrong path. I needed to get back to school, get back to employment, full-time employment. And I began to look out for jobs, adverts, attend interviews. And my husband kept telling me to say, I feel you need to just learn to do this. You just need to learn. And I was like, okay, maybe I join your business because it's already established. You see how we run away from responsibilities, how we run away from risks.
Mm.
I never wanted to take a risk, and business is about taking risks. So I thought,
Right.
I I have failed twice. I can't take the third risk. I cannot take the third risk. So my husband was like, okay, fine. What is it that you can do best? I said maybe traveling, uh, cross border business, maybe something like that. My husband was like, okay, very supportive man. He was very supportive. Again, he gave me money. I traveled to China. When I went to China, actually, I went to get some stuff for deco, but I bought some clothes out, clothes to sell. Unfortunately, I was buying clothes that were my size, you know. So when I came back, I did not sell those clothes. I wore them, you know. The business was to sell the clothes, but the clothes ended up on my body. All of them, I wore them. So my husband kept asking me, when are you selling these things? The next minute it will be on my body. The next minute one of my nieces will be wearing some, and then some I gave out on credit, of course, business on credit as usual. People never paid back. And it's not even my strength to sell things on credit. It's not my strength because I don't know how to do debt collection. So I ended up losing also on that one. So how did I get here? I got to a place where I had to sit down because I'd failed 3 times already, and now I needed to check myself. Where am I failing? What is lacking in me? I discovered I lacked discipline when it comes to finances. Secondly, I wasn't committed to any of the businesses that I was doing. Thirdly, I had no idea. I had not done market research. I had not looked out for my uniqueness, because every business there must be something unique about it. So there's competition out there. You're doing business, there are others who are doing the same thing that you're doing. So I sat down and I began to ask myself, what do I need? And I
Mm.
discovered that I needed to learn. That's when I joined the Academy for Women Entrepreneurs. I applied and I entered into the school where I now had to bring out my business idea, because I had the idea of doing deco. I used to do deco, just from my own, personal knowledge. I never went to school for it. It's just a gift in me. And when I decorate, I used to feel that kind of fulfillment. I'll get that kind of fulfillment. I've never attended any decor class, and when I do something, people will be like, wow, see what she did. Wow, how did you learn this? I will just visualize, and whatever I visualize, I'll bring it, into reality. So having that business idea, having that idea in me, I didn't know how to go about it into the market. I didn't know how to bring out my product. I have this gift. I can decorate, I can plan an event, I can run an event, like, it's like there's no stress around it. Yeah. But how do I bring it to the market? How do I make myself known? How do I build my business brand? How do I make it unique? Because there are many other event planners, there are many other event providers there. How do I come out to you as me, as Nomsa, as Nono's Dego, as so I had to go into the school, just to learn entrepreneurship. And so it's from that path. As I was learning, I was also acting upon what I was learning. Like, I began with a step of, doing a market research. I searched around, okay, there are many events decorators. So what would be different about me? So I looked at the needs of my city. I discovered that most people don't have a place where they can go, have their social meetings, in an outdoor space with beautiful gardens. So I looked at that as a problem, and I provided a solution by bringing out the King's Platinum Events Garden.
Right. Wow. This is awesome. This is really, really awesome. I've noted that you were talking about the niche. A lot of people, they don't want to, focus on a niche. They don't want to specialize with something. They want to specialize with everything, which is a problem because now if I want to specialize with everything, I have to compete with a whole number of
Yeah,
other service providers in the industry that I'm in. And that
exactly.
is going to stretch me, that is going to be overwhelming. Because, like you're saying, when you started focusing on the events management, your market research was informed by the niche, your market research was informed by the industry. Otherwise,
Yeah,
if you want to do everything, you don't know where to start with your market research. You don't know which competitors to look
yeah.
for
To look
and
for, yeah,
to position yourself. You don't
yeah,
know how to position yourself in the industry because
mhm,
you are all over the place. So what you're saying to entrepreneurs out there is that the niche is very, very much important. I
very.
always say that to my students. I get students that are wanting to do everything. One of the students was saying to me, can I be a general practitioner? And I was like, you know what? If you want to be a general practitioner, it's your choice. But let me tell you, you are going to fail dismally because that is one of the reasons why I failed in one of my businesses because I wanted to do everything for everybody. If you do everything for everybody, you fail dismally. So, and I got another student who wanted to do everything. And then when it comes, because when I deal with them, we do a competitor analysis. So when she was supposed to do her competitor analysis, then she was stuck because now she wanted to do five things and she didn't know which competitors to look for. And the
Mm,
assignment was that go and look for five competitors and
mm,
research those five competitors, go see what they are doing, what niche have they missed, so that you can
yeah.
be able to position yourself. So
Mm,
when she went out there, now she's got all these ideas, they're full in her head. Now she needs to do a research. It was
wow.
difficult. She came back, "Coach, I can't do a research because I don't know who to research." That's when we
Mm,
came back to the niche because the
yeah,
niche is very much important. And I said, focus on your niche
that's
and
right.
get five competitors so that you can, because if you're looking at five things, you have to go and, if I say go and research five competitors, you have to go and research 25 of them,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
more practical. you know.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that you started off with that issue of your niche. And sometimes I do advise people also to say niche down. You see what you have done with your events management.
Yeah.
You found a niche, you identified a problem, and you wanted to solve a problem, but you have niche down. You are doing events management, but you are not like everybody. You're doing
No.
event management in the garden. You're hosting in the garden. I mean, how many other people out there are hosting in the garden? I mean, that has given you a competitive edge, you know.
Mhm.
And I've seen recently you were hosting a church
Yeah.
there in your venue, and I saw a lot of chairs, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. And that's the power of niching down. And a lot of people are thinking that when they niche down, they're going to lose business. But maybe you can tell us how much niching down has helped you to become profitable. Because you're doing events management, but you are not like everybody. Your events management, you have identified a place. I mean, we always see the pictures when you share them on Facebook. That place was not nice. It was a mess.
Yeah.
But you looked at it. You looked at it, and you saw an event place. I'm remembering Sol Kestner. Sol Kestner, the guy who owns Sun City.
Oh
He
yeah.
was flying. He was on an aeroplane, and he looked down and he saw a forest. There was a
Yeah.
forest there. And then he began to tell the people that were with him that I'm going to start a business here. I'm going to build a hotel here. And people were like, this is just a forest. What are you saying? This is just a forest. You know? But today, many people are traveling from all walks of
Like,
life, from different places, just to go and see Sun City,
yeah.
which was a forest.
Yeah.
It's the same with your garden. It was just a place that is like
Wow.
sitting there,
A bush.
but
A
you
bush.
looked at it and you saw an event place. Oh my goodness. Tell us how you believe that niching down can make you profitable.
Wow, like when you say like that, I'm bubbling in my spirit because I see the power of vision. You see, I see the power of vision. So even when you niche down, there must be a vision
Mm,
of where you're going. There must be a direction. You must have a picture. There must
right.
be an image. Before I started
Mm.
the garden, I had this land which was so dry. You saw the photos. It was dry. It had nothing. There was no
No, I
life.
didn't just see the photos. I didn't
There was
just
no.
see the photos. Let's connect that. I was in Zambia. I saw that place. You showed
You
me
saw
that
that
place.
place.
I didn't even, yes, with my two eyes.
So every time I passed that place, I would think about it because initially we wanted to put flats there. And so I was like, since we're in real estate business, so flats were going to work out for us. But I was calculating how much flats were
Mm.
give us how much money, because if you have 10 flats and you're charging maybe, let's say, $100. I was looking at it to say, 10 by $100 of course will give us 2000, you know um 500 US dollars. So I
Mhm.
looked at that and said,
Yeah.
okay, it's money. But again, when I began to think about what's in me and what I can produce, from what I carry, I began to see that actually that $2,500, I can make it in a day. I can make it in a week. Just from the garden, I can make it in a week. Because I
Right?
began I began to think with a bigger picture, from a bigger
Right.
picture point of view. I began to think beyond, what everybody else was doing, because
Mm.
there's so many flats around, and you are not guaranteed you have tenants who will pay the money that you want at that particular time, and then how much money are you going to spend to build. So I
Mm.
began to think like that, and then I came to it point where I said, okay, by then my husband was very sick, Dr. Mabel, my husband was very sick. They are almost like invalids. And so I had to rise up
Mm.
to the challenge. And so I said,
Yeah.
place is dry. It's like the dry bones that can never live again. So I began to look at the dry bones in that land, and I said, no, 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 no. I have the power to breathe
My
life.
bones must come to life.
They must come to life. These dry bones must live again. And so one day I just woke up
Mm.
like, a crazy person. I had a vision, and I wrote down my vision. I wrote down my vision, and I called my uncle to say, I have written down this. I feel this dry place. Can't we turn it into something beautiful like this? And my uncle was like, no, let's look for the guys.
Yeah.
That's how we cleared that place. As we were going, the vision was becoming clear and it was unfolding. Ideas were coming in. I discovered that, okay, I can provide a serene environment. I can put up apartments where people can come, relax, sleep there. I can, and I looked at the money that the garden would be giving me compared to the flats, the initial plan for that land. So
Yeah.
it's from that,
Mm.
a point of motivation that I began the journey. So, it's important to have the vision even as you niche down, have the vision, of where you want to go or how you want to bring out this thing that is in you, because there are so many people are doing almost similar what I'm doing,
Yeah.
but there's something unique,
Yeah.
and there's a unique touch to what I do. And so I discovered that the business itself began to sell itself. There's a point where it begins to sell itself because you have branded it and packaged it in a certain way that it's able to sell out itself. It's the people that come to the garden who go out there to spread the information. It's the people who have been able to meet,
Mm.
and I provide a service for them who have been able to go out and say, oh, there's a lady who hires out tents. So there's a lady who manages events, big events, corporate events, government events, So even churches now come on board to say,
Mm.
okay, she held that government
Wow.
event. She ran it perfectly well. Okay, so do our church conference. So it's like that. And I feel like when you do something that is in you, something that you feel
Mm.
is packaged in you, you will not struggle, you face challenges here and there, but you'll be resilient. Why? Because it's knitted in you,
Mm.
it's wired in you, it's part of you. So
Yeah.
I discovered that everything that I do is attached to who I am. It's so attached to who I
Right.
am. It's me. Everything I do is me. It's me. It's who I am.
Yeah.
It's my life. It's part of my being, because everything that I work on, I feel I'm living. I feel I'm living my purpose.
Yeah.
I'm making
Right.
people's life easy. That's why we have our tagline actually is, we are the solution you need.
Wow.
We are the
Wow.
solution you
We are
need.
the solution you
You
need.
need. Yeah. So every event problem,
Oh,
I
I
feel,
see.
um,
When I look at it, I so wish this. When I look at it, I so wish this was in South Africa, so that I can have an event there.
yes, yes, of course.
You know?
I tell you, when you have an event, you just sleep and give me the assignment. It becomes my problem. Your problem becomes my problem. You sleep and relax, and I'll have it on my fingertip, and it will be done for you perfectly well. And then there's something that I also learned, when you find your niche, you will not be in competition. When you do that which is in you, you will not be in competition. There will be many other people who will be doing the same thing, but the best way you help yourself is to incorporate them. You network. So what I've done is I have
Mm.
actually connected with other events managers who are doing something like I'm doing the same things, and I've made
Yeah.
relationships with them. I've made relationships with them such
Yes.
I call on them, I run to them, they run to me if there's something that I need, and they have it, I do not have it. And I've discovered that
Yeah.
it actually helps out, in our growth and also in our provision of services, because you will not be stranded, you will not be stuck. So when
Yes.
you find your
Yes.
lane, you find your unique value, you will not struggle to incorporate
Mhm.
other, you will not struggle to bring in other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing. So I realized that what I was doing needed support from other events managers. I needed them, So I actually
Yes.
just had to build relationships in that line. And so I know who to run to at some point. I know, just this morning I was doing a big quotation for a big institution. They want, big tents. They want about 5 big tents sitting 1,000 people.
Wow.
They want mobile toilets. They want catering. I can't do everything. Like you're saying, you can't have five.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have to have maybe one
Yes.
or two. You just have to have that which you are good at. And so I bring in my friend who does the food. I bring in my friend who does this, and then we come up together and we make one thing. So it helps like that. So when you find that which you're good at, focus on it, and then incorporate others to make your work easier.
Whatever your hand finds to do it with
Do it
all your
well.
might.
Do it well.
Do it with all your might. Love
Yes,
what I'm hearing. I love what I'm hearing, and I love the fact that you network with others, you network with other people in the same industry who are specializing with something else, so that they can come in and help you build this business. Also, when they have they're looking for somebody like you, they come to you and then they get what they don't have. This is
yeah,
how networking becomes powerful. And you were also talking about vision, because a lot of people will do something without having a bigger picture of what they want to do, a bigger picture of where they want to go, a bigger picture of how they want to grow. They just start because, like we
yeah,
were saying earlier on, they're just starting because Nomsa is doing this, so it looks cool. I also want to do it, but you don't have what it takes to do that particular thing or to run that particular business. So if you
yeah,
are looking at what you are really, really good at, what you excel in, that really helps you to run a business. So I'm really excited about what I'm hearing, that you are networking, you are doing business the right way, you are writing quotations. If you're in business and you're not writing quotations, you're not writing invoices, I don't know what kind of business is that, because
that's
you
it. That's the point I also want to raise, coach. Um you have to grow in business, and how you
yes,
determine growth is when you are compliant. You do the right thing. You have to be compliant with the government, what it requires, for you to run that business. You have to pay taxes, you have to be registered with the appropriate, bodies that been regulated to. So I think ever since I have been this professional, I think I have enjoyed doing business, because you do it in a very professional manner. You have your books there, you have your finances, well, recorded. You have just this system. It's important, even if
yes,
a business is small, it's important to have a system, because you
right.
know when this is going, how much you brought in, how much went out, how much is
Mm,
remaining. It helps in growth, rather than just
yeah.
doing it. You don't even have a receipt book. You don't even have an account for your business. I think that isn't correct. It takes time to grow. So I've actually uh, uh, been so happy, especially that I got to the next stage in my business where I had to become, professional. There's a system, there's an accountant, you have when you
Mm.
are running a business like that, it's easy even to get, contracts, because people will believe in what you're doing. They'll see, okay, you are
Right.
compliant, you are registered, it's a registered company. Okay, so okay, our
Mm.
monies are safe. And then in Zambia we have what we call, the EGP, which is the procurement system. It's online. So if you're not registered there,
Mm.
you cannot work for any government institution. So for you to get the tenders, to bid in those tenders, you have to be compliant. So, and you'll find that
Yeah.
opportunities are there every day. Opportunities are there, but what makes people not to grow is because they are not doing some of these things that are regulated.
Yeah, yeah. This conversation is so wonderful. I wish we could have it, again and again and again, just talking about looking at just a particular topic so that our listeners can really benefit from it. Like when we're talking about the niche, people might not understand what is a niche. How do I find
Yeah,
my niche?
yeah, yeah.
What is niching down? How do I niche down? What is it? What is a like?
The-
I always give examples to my students when they need to niche down. I tell them about a macro niche and a micro niche. You understand? And I
yeah,
show them that a macro niche and a micro niche are different. It's like when you are looking at a very big industry of health and wellness, and you
yeah.
say, I'm a health and wellness coach. But
Mhm.
when you niche down, it becomes different when you say, I am a health and wellness, or I help professionals to lose weight without going to the gym.
Yeah.
You see, it's still in the industry of
The
health
line,
and
yeah,
wellness,
yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. It's
I'm
giving line.
very much specific as to who am I looking for. I'm looking for a professional woman who is busy, who doesn't have time to go to the gym, who has a problem of losing weight. Somebody who can maybe just save 7 minutes or 10 minutes of exercise, virtual exercise, and go through my meal plans and
Yeah,
learn how to lose weight. So in that way, I become more powerful and I'm
mm,
discoverable easy because I'm specific. I'm
yeah,
specific to a particular problem. So that is why I'm saying to you, I wish some of the things that we're talking about, we could have other sessions where we are looking into these topics, because you see, this podcast is about purpose to profit, um,
yes,
leadership and business.
mm,
So when we deal with that topic, we can go into that topic so that somebody can actually, enjoy listening to what is a niche, what is a vision, how do I write my vision,
that vision, yeah,
how do I write
mm,
my vision, how do I write a vision that is, inspiring, that can help me to keep moving forward. How
yeah,
do I do networking? What is networking? How do I network? Who do
mm,
I network with? I always hear my students. By the way, purpose activation and monetization blueprint. It's a business coaching program. That is why
yeah,
we talk about all of these things when we are when I'm coaching people. They learn how to write their own vision. They learn what are the elements of a good vision, what are the elements of a good purpose statement, what is a niche, what is networking. And I would hear my students saying, okay, if I'm networking, what if I network with my competitors? And I'm like, no, you network with the people in your industry, just like
that,
you have explained it, that you are looking for people that can do what you don't have, that can do what you cannot do.
yeah,
You can't provide catering, but you get a caterer. You provide the garden, you decorate the garden, but you go outside and you get a caterer to come and assist. You need sound. You go to the
yeah,
sound person. The sound person comes and provides with a sound. When you do
Yeah,
your quotations, you are taking into consideration that the sound is
exactly.
this much, the catering is this much. You put in your profit a little bit there, and there you go. But I'm
That's how,
really, really enjoying this
exactly,
conversation.
yeah, like you're saying, that's what I've done. Like why we fear to network, it's because we are in competition, of course. Yeah, but there's a healthy competition and there's unhealthy competition in business. So first of all, you must look at the people that you relate with, because not everybody will have the same mind. Some people may be in business but they are not ready to network. So you must also be able to check who are the people that are going to buy into my vision, who are the people that are going to walk the journey with me. Like you say, I have the garden, I have different packages. I don't provide sound, but I've brought in people who provide sound. I've brought in a DJ. I've brought in people who do food.
Yes,
And what do I do? Because it's my place. It's my venue. I'm making money out of it. I must also be able to put up a markup on what they are giving me. So I must come to a place where me and
yeah,
them come to an agreement. We say, okay, your sound is how much? This person will tell me my sound is 500. I say, okay, let's page it at 1,000. Let's page it at 1,500. I'll give you 700. I'll get
yeah,
700. Or I'll give you 1,000. I'll get 500. So you find that like that, you come to
yeah.
an agreement, because both of you are winning. Nobody is losing. Both of you are winning. So
Nobody's
that's
losing.
how, yes. So you
Yeah,
find that networking becomes easy. It's different when you want to use people. It's very different. So you must be very clear as you network with people. Okay, you are
mm,
bringing them to the
mm,
table. Okay, they are coming on board. What are they bringing to the table, and how much are you getting out of it? Because it must be a win-win
yeah,
kind of situation. Yeah, so I think
definitely.
most people fail to network because they are looking at, okay, that person will get more, I'll remain with nothing. No, you have to come to a place where you agree on a percentage, and
Yeah,
it must
mm,
be, something that makes you both happy.
right. Wow, this is so amazing. So you were talking about packages. What are your unique offerings at the venue, and what are your packages?
Okay, so when it comes to business, you really have to also consider others who are doing the same thing as you. So you must, like I spoke about uniqueness, and then also you must be able to
Yeah,
understand target market. When you have a
right.
target market, it helps you to package properly. So like I'm doing events, mostly it's weddings, bridal parties, birthdays, picnics, and then these church conferences, outdoor parties, and all stuff. So you package them according to the type of event that they are having. And then you also, as you are packaging, you also have to make sure that you put on something like a promotion. So like I've been running a promotion from June up to December. So every event happening between now and December, it's coming on a very cheap package, where I've put up a promotion
Mm.
at 16,500. You are getting the venue, you're getting the decor for 150 people.
And that is
You're
kwacha, or what is that?
That is
Is that
kwacha.
US dollars
16,
or is
no, no,
kwacha?
no, no. It's kwacha, 16,500 kwacha. I don't know if I convert it to dollar, how much it will be. I never took time to do that.
Mm.
Yeah, but it will give you the venue, it will give you the decor, it will give you sound. So you find that when a person comes, they
Mm.
look at that, they go somewhere else, they'll look at their package, they'll be like, oh, it's cheaper that side. It's cheaper that side. And
Right.
that's how you get the client. So we try to put in incentives, make it more attractive to our clients, of course providing a good service on top of that. So we we package our prices based on what is going on around with our competitors. So we will do a market
Right.
research. Yeah, we do a market
Yeah.
research. We check, okay, how much are these guys charging, okay, make sure that you don't just come down to a lower price. Make sure that your price is something that is giving you profit. It doesn't matter you are higher than the next door neighbor. It's okay, as long as your services are
Yeah.
valuable enough, to be paid for at that price. So I don't usually just go to the lowest because the next person is charging 7,000. No, I look at the packaging
Mm.
and what I am providing. It's value for their money. So when they come and they tell me,
Yeah.
no, there we asked, it was less than this, I'll say, okay, you are free to go there, because what's in my package, this is the value. So you better pay for the
Right.
value. Yes, you better pay for the value, or you go for the other value. It's all up to you. But I've never had any person regret. Everybody that has come to our garden or was actually uh, been able to get our services even outside our venue, they've really been satisfied and happy. And I want to just make mention that, because of the consistency, the commitment, the discipline, the system that we are working with, we have actually experienced tremendous growth, and we are open in the second garden.
Oh my gosh. Where are you opening the second garden?
So the second garden is now in the central business area, because the first one is in the suburbs, away from town. So now we are having another,
Mm.
the King's Platinum too. It's in the central business area.
That is amazing. So the business is growing.
Yes, yes, yes. So we'll be launching the second one, I think, somewhere around October, November, somewhere there.
Are you busy with the preparations and the renovations right now?
Yes, yes, yes. We are starting the renovations right away.
So it's just an open space that you have identified. Plus, you guys in Zambia, you with land, you're very much happy because land is very much cheap there.
Not really. It was actually running as an events business. Somebody was running an events business there, and so we just had to, yeah, to get it, and so we'll be starting to work on it 1st of September.
Wow, this is truly, truly amazing. You have a team that you're working with. How many team members are you having?
Oh, like, I'm the CEO, of course. Then I have a business partner who is just a consultant, and then I have an accountant, and then I have also now the decorators, because I have about three decorators, and then they are like designers, and then I have these general workers now who do the arrangements. Then we have the gardeners, we have the caretakers, the security guys, so the transport
Wow.
guys. So it's a big team I'm working
Hmm.
with. I think I have the permanent people that I have should be 7.
Yeah, because I've been asking myself, how do you take care of the garden? Like I was just thinking about the maintenance itself. I'm like, I don't picture
It's
you
not
being
it's
there,
it's it's not
trying to make things work there.
it's not cheap, my
Wow.
it's not cheap, doc, to maintain a garden. It's very expensive, and every time, time and again, you have to do maintenance, you have to do redress, you have to do, a new look, because you get tired, so you'll find that it's not very
Mm.
to maintain a garden. So I have two guys who are maintaining the garden, and then I have a professional uh, uh, landscaper and gardener who comes to just maintain the plants, check the plants, change here and there, put up new things there, new designs. So you find that it's not a one-time thing. You keep running this business, making sure that you are maintaining the place. So you find that it will eat money from you. So you have to have proper accounting, separate money for the maintenance. We have different products which we are hiring out, events, as materials. We have tents, we have chairs, we have tables, we have
Mhm.
stands, we have flower stands, we have a lot of things, glasses, we have tables, we have linen, a lot of things, everything to do with events, carpets, turf. So you find that all those
Mm.
things, they break, they miss, they go missing. So it's a business that you run, making sure that you are replacing, because you can't just run to say, okay, we'll just be running. At the end of the day, you
Mm.
some things have actually, are not in stock. So I keep on replacing.
Mm.
I will travel to go and just buy some of these things, replace, add new things. So you find that it's an ongoing thing. The maintenance, the acquiring of materials. It's a lot of work, but very interesting because it's part of me. And I have a powerful team.
Definitely, yes.
I have a
Yeah,
powerful team.
definitely. And you do have people that are taking care of those things, washing, doing their laundry, you
Yes.
know, of all those things, maintaining, cleaning those carpets. Wow,
Yes.
it's a very big establishment, as
Wow.
I'm listening to you. And I know that you are having multiple ventures. I think this one has just added onto your no deco and stuff like that, and then you actually expanded your idea of no deco and with the garden. So I know that
Yes.
you are running multiple ventures. How do you manage to balance these multiple ventures that you are running?
Okay. Yeah. So as you may be aware, I'm a minister, and I'm running a women's network, a ministry for women. And I minister to women. I minister to women that want to discover their purpose. I minister to women that have lost their husbands. And I also introduced the Sunflower, which is a platform for women that have risen up against all odds and are doing tremendous works, but they don't have a platform. So all these three, the
Mm.
Arise Purpose, the Pillow Chat Room, the Sunflower, then there's the Nono's, the Deco and Event Solutions. Then there's the King's Platinum Gardens. And then there's now the real estate business. So you find, and on top of that, I'm a mother. So you find that it's not easy to be everywhere. So there are times when my children suffer. Of course, they have to suffer when I'm working late,
Mm.
or events business. Sometimes, like last night, we knocked off very late. Sometimes we leave the place 01, sometimes we sleep there because our clients maybe need the
Wow.
service in the morning. Yes, so if the event is in the morning, we start pitching the tents a day before, and you find that by the time we are finishing to pitch and then start arranging the chairs, do the decor, you find that it will be in the morning, late early hours of the morning. So my work demands a lot
Yeah.
of my time, and so sometimes my children have to suffer. Yeah, of course I try to balance. That's why I do, whenever I'm not working, I spend time with my kids. I am a good mother. I make sure that I
Yeah.
pay back for the times that I left them. Being a single mom is
Yeah.
not, because when you come back home, you are the daddy, you are the mommy, there's an expectation from you, from the children. But I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. I find that I have time for
Amen.
Right Women Network as well. Sometimes they do suffer as well. But one thing as a good leader that I've learned is that you have to communicate with your people. Like every time I get overwhelmed, I ask for a break. Maybe I'll say I'm overwhelmed with work, and so for this 1 month I'll not be so much available, and so you keep me in prayer as I am attending to this. But the moment I'm done with this, I quickly get back to the ministry. And then I
Mm.
also try by all means to put up my calendar in a way that I incorporate each and every group that I'm leading, also most of my work, my time. And so I balance in the sense that I have a plan. I have a plan for the year, I have a plan for the month, I have a plan for the week, I have a plan for the day.
Wow, awesome, awesome. And I think one of the most important things that in leadership is that we should also, embrace that that thing of delegation. You
Mm-hmm.
know, as you are running multiple
Yeah,
ventures, you find that
yeah,
you've got teams across
yeah,
your projects, and
yeah,
so that one area doesn't suffer, you delegate and you let somebody run with that particular thing, with
yeah,
your supervision, of course.
mm-hmm.
Obviously, someone that is self-driven, someone that is purpose-driven, someone that
Yeah,
can be able to, to look into arise events or arise, activities and
yeah,
run with it. But
yeah.
tell me, what is your advice to aspiring entrepreneurs?
Wow.
Those
My
that
advice.
those that are listening to you and saying, "Woo, I want to be like her," you know,
Wow, you
what is
want
your
to be
advice?
like me. First of all, I'll advise based on my personal experience. I think number one, if you want to be successful in the journey of entrepreneurship, you have to be a fighter. You have to be a fighter. Like you
Be
have
a
to put
fighter, yes.
Yes, you have to put on your strength cap. Sometimes it may be not nice. It may make you cry. It may be tiring. There are times when I can't feel my legs because I'm very, very tired. I can't feel my legs, but again, I
Mm,
can't sit down because I have to meet the target. So, as an entrepreneur, put on a fighting spirit. Fight even when you feel like you're failing. Rise. Also be consistent. You can't
yeah,
without consistency. Be consistent every time. Wake up, attend to your business. Attend to your business. Let
yeah,
it be, because like after your devotion, if you're a Christian like me, in the morning when you wake up, the first thing is you pray, you have your devotion. The second thing, you check on your
yeah.
family. Okay, the third thing should be your business. Attend to your business. I sit on my phone, doc, I think from morning, let's say from 7, I'm on the phone attending to my business because I have to respond to inquiries. I have to put
Mm,
up
mm,
few ads here and there. I have to respond to inbox messages, people inquiry. So you find that I have to spend even like 3 hours just responding, and you must make
mm,
sure you attend to your clients within time. It's very important because people get frustrated over little stuff. So make sure that you attend
yeah.
to everything related to your business in time. The other thing is that
Mm,
you cannot be a powerful entrepreneur without discipline. You have to be disciplined. There are certain things that I've cut down, not because I don't want them, but I've just cut them because they are not really aligning to my success in my entrepreneurship journey. So you cut down on
yes.
certain habits, you cut down on certain friends, you cut down on certain, advices,
Mm,
also invest in knowledge. This morning I was just looking at how much I loved myself yesterday. I got myself some books, you know you see these books.
yeah.
You see, I got
We
myself
don't see
some
you're
books.
doing it quick, you're doing it fast. What kind of books
Okay,
are those?
so
Just hold on for
also
hold
invest
on
in
for
your
a
knowledge.
while.
Yes, okay, I'm coming back. Invest in your knowledge. It's very important. Invest in yourself as a business person. So I loved myself with that. Failing forward,
Mm,
you
failing
know
forward, yes.
failing forward. John
Yeah.
Maxwell
And the
just
other one, what's the
the
other
other
one?
one. The other one is this. The
Smart
smart
money
woman.
woman. Wow, that's much.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Wow.
also love myself
Invest in
with this.
yourself.
Oh, sorry,
I
go
can't
ahead.
see I can't see the power of the power
Your subconscious.
of your subconscious mind. Who is that? Because I think Murphy.
Joseph Murphy.
Oh, all right. Joseph Murphy. Yeah. Wow. Wow, this is really awesome, Lady Nomsa. So if you could
The
leave
other one
our
is
listeners,
goals.
what is that one? Which one is
Goals.
that?
Goals. Brand
Goals.
risk.
Awesome. Wow.
Yeah. So
Wow.
invest
So
in
if
yourself. And then also the
mm,
last one is that, stay committed, resilient, be determined, focused on what you're doing, and also keep dreaming. Keep dreaming, because as you go, the idea will keep unfolding. There'll be more, to your vision,
mm,
and you keep adding.
yeah,
Make sure that you are present. You are present. Business without you
right.
is business. You have to be present. In as much as I'm able
You
to
have to be
delegate,
present.
people are working there. There will be a time when I
Yeah.
have to go and check what they have done. Even when I'm not there, I make phone calls.
Mm.
I say, okay, is this done? Is this done? Make sure that you are present, and I believe you will succeed.
Wow, awesome. That is really, really, those are the powerful, suggestions and advice that you have given to entrepreneurs. I believe that they are catching it and they're going to implement it in their businesses. So, if you
Yeah.
could leave our listeners with one key takeaway about pursuing purpose and entrepreneurship, what would it be?
Wow. um I think one thing I would leave them with is that there's nothing impossible. There's nothing
Right.
impossible, especially when you find purpose, because it becomes your drive, it becomes your
Yeah.
vehicle, it takes you to your
Mm.
destination, takes you to your dream. So, from today, just know that which you have been thinking, that which you have been feeling in the inside of you, it's not impossible. Wake up, start now, and there's no harm in starting. Start, and you see, I showed you a
Yeah.
fall forward, don't fall backwards, fall forward.
Yes. Start now. The time to start is now. And there is nothing impossible. Whatever that is in the inside of you, you can actually bring it out and pursue it and build it. And build it with patience, because sometimes other people, they don't have patience. They drop their idea quickly, thinking that, this is not working out. And like you were saying, every business is, a business is risk taking. When you're doing business, you've got to be prepared to take risks. You've got to be prepared to be patient also,
Yeah.
because business will not grow the next day. You have to give it time and make sure that you are building it with the utmost patience. You were saying four. What
It
is what
took
is
me
that?
four
What is the
years.
four?
It took me 4 years. It has taken me 4 years for the garden to produce. It has taken me 4 years.
Can you imagine? And which of those years did you see a lot of clients responding to your business in those 4 years? Is it
Yes,
booming this on the last year,
yes,
on the
yes,
fourth year?
yes,
When
yes,
did it start
yes.
booming?
All these 3 years, I've just been investing in the garden. Like it has been eating my money. So I've only started
Oh my
actually
God.
out of it this year, 2024. You know, I started this journey 2021, and it's 2024 that I'm able to just now reap from it. So you find that it takes a lot of patience, like I said, a lot of commitment, discipline, consistency.
Right.
Because imagine this garden holding all your monies, your investments for 4 years. For 3 years, and then in the fourth year, that's when you begin to reap. So it takes a lot of patience and time.
Yeah, yeah. I think that is the greatest takeaway that we can give to our listeners, to say, be patient because it takes time.
It
And
takes
you've been working behind the scenes. You've been working behind the scenes, and people don't know how much work you put inside, how much money you put inside before they could see this beautiful thing that
yeah.
we see on the social media platforms. Congratulations to you, Lady Nomsa, and thank you so very much for joining us today. It was really, really awesome. And I would
Thank
love for
you.
you to come back. I feel like there's a
I
lot
will.
that we need to talk about. You
I
know,
will
I feel like there's a
definitely.
lot that we need to talk about. Yeah.
I will definitely come back. I've enjoyed the conversations, and yeah, it's a marvel. It's so it's so interesting to just be part of such, podcasts, and it makes you grow as well. It makes you also look at the gaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being
Mm,
our
that's
coach.
true.
I'm actually your product.
That's
People should
true.
know this. I'm actually your product.
We will talk about that next time. I think when we are focusing on a rising purpose, because as you can see today, we were focusing more on the garden. You know,
Yes.
we were focusing more on the garden, and I think it was good that we focused more on the garden, even though we mentioned other things. You know, we can come back and talk about the pillow chat room, what it does, who does it help, and come back and talk about a rising purpose and all of those things that you are doing. But I've really, really enjoyed the conversation on the King's Platinum Garden. That's how you call it, ne? King's
Yes. Yes.
Platinum Garden.
Yes.
Yeah.
Kings
So the conversation was actually, sorry,
I'm saying King's Platinum, yes.
the conversation, oh, the King's Platinum. Yeah, the conversation was actually very, very, it was flowing. It was very, very nice. And I encourage everybody around Zambia and Dollar to go and get your events hosted at the King's Platinum Garden so that you can really enjoy your event. And Lady Nomsa is saying she takes over. When you come to her, she takes over. She's doing everything. You relax. She's running your event. You know, just have peace, and she will make you smile, and she will make you shine with her amazing creative hands and her team. Wow, Lady Nomsa, this was really, really good. I
Thank-
wish you have another garden in South Africa so
I
that
will
we
come.
can
I'm
come.
expecting. I'll
And
come. The next one.
the next one will be in South Africa, the King's Platinum Garden, because we don't have it here. We don't have the King's Platinum. We don't have. Well, maybe we have. It's only me who has not researched about it. You know, we always go to beautiful places when we are wanting to be hosted. We go to, close. It's not an open air kind of a thing. You know, we go to venues that are closed up and stuff like that. But I think this one is very, very much unique, and it is a powerful, powerful thing to do. Yeah, thank you so much, Lady Nomsa, and continue to thrive, continue to reign,
Yes.
continue to make a difference, continue to grow and expand in what you are doing. Your last
Amen.
word, my queen, your very last word. I won't ask for anything else again after this. Your very last word.
I don't want to go, so
It's it's nice talking to you. So I want your last word, and then we close.
my last words will be always, always arise and shine. Arise and
Arise
shine.
and shine at all times. Arise and shine. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Lady Nomsa, all the way from Zambia, the CEO of the King's Platinum Garden, and also the CEO of Arise in Purpose Women's Network. Make sure that you connect with her on social media. She is Lady Nomsa Shu Nyathi on social media, on Facebook. Just go there and see what she is doing, observe, and if you are in Dollar Zambia, definitely you've got a very great place to host your events. And we shall see you again next time. God bless.
Bye bye.